This episode is called the Robotnik Express, and all I can imagine with this is Robotnik chilling in a massive train as a massive mallet extends out the top of the train to play Whack-a-Hedgehog with Sonic. I think this show is managing to wear me down because that actually sounds like a gag that this show would include. We open the scene with, oh no, my prediction is dangerously close to coming true. Scratch and Commander argue over which of them needs to blow the train whistle as some robbers see the train from a distance. Given how Robotnik is the most vile, evil, and despised man on Mobius, they see it as a patriotic duty to rob him of his belongings. Of course, they're too slow and Sonic and Tails beat them to it. This leaves the robots in a panic as they fail to change the track they follow. They disconnect the caboose as a trap and it actually works. They're locked and tied up in Mummy Rapid. Yep, bingo card time. This absolutely is the obligatory entrapment scene. Sonic breaks out of his bondage and uses it on the robots with him, and Tails is getting out. Don't ask how Tails got out, the show never says. The robots from earlier break in to save them, and suddenly, I feel like I've been robbed of a much better scene. Imagine if they was still locked up until the robbers showed up, and it would have been so glorious. Because the robbers had the unfortunate fate of being in this show, they are also idiots. So they mistake Scratch and Grinder for Sonic and Tails. The robots play along with this, trying to get the robbers to attack the only functioning brain cells in this show aside from Robotnik, and even then barely. I know I've been mostly negative about the idiocy so far, but I really like these robbers. I hope we get to hear their names soon and not just their title of The Bears.
I'm waiting, Tails.
Go on, Bears, kill that nasty hedgehog! They try and fail to stop the train, so they instead opt to reroute the train into a dead end. Meanwhile, the two groups meet on the train and actually manage to grab Tails. But Sonic puts on a disguise, asking for tickets, and yep, we're doing this. He got them onto another train, and the scene ends with them falling for their own idiocy. We see Robotnik, finally, in his factory making bombs. This might be the most objectively evil thing he's done in the whole show so far. Good on him for going up in the world. He declares that he will use the bombs to destroy all the rebel factions in existence, but Robotnik doesn't rule Mobius, so there's no rebels to bomb. Was this a scrapped Sad AM sketch readapted to fit this show? It would make a lot more sense there. Regardless, the Bears managed to create a barricade to stop the train, with Sonic putting on another disguise to convince them to move the rubble. Okay, I know I've been really negative this review, but I love these two bears and I really hope they become recurring characters. The rubble is moved and the bears, along with the robots, create a body barricade to stop the train. The robots are off instantly, but the bears stick to it, only to be boosted up by Sonic to avoid a field of cacti. The misunderstanding from the bears finally gets resolved by Tails showing them his tails, and Sonic running back to their house and grabbing honey from their home and returning it. Okay, spoiler alert, I don't care. This is easily the best episode so far. The humor here is so much better than anything else so far. The bears believe them and to redeem themselves, try to stop the train. So exactly what they were doing a moment ago. Sonic runs off to grab the bear's car, attacking the robots, only to attack them again with the car on the way back. See what I mean about the humor? This is way better than anything the show's had so far. Sonic hitches up to the team, gets the bears over the bridge to try to fix it. Something the previous workers said would take a year. Sure. Tails tossed the robots on the train.
You're slow, you're clumsy, you're stupid.
You're right! Let's get him anyway!
I love the humor in this episode so much. Look, I have gone entire strings of episodes without even smirking. I have had to point out individual jokes that have gotten any kind of reaction out of me so far. If I did that for this episode, this video would be thrice as long. It's really good. Tails tricks the robots into staying on the train as Sonic turns the bridge into a ramp to get the train over the hill. See the robots patting themselves on the back for not being dead, as they call up Robotnik. Because Sonic broke the brakes earlier, they can't stop and end up crashing in, blowing up the entire bombs factory. How wonderful! The episode ends with Sonic and company watching the destruction. Sonic says it's about not trusting strangers. A bit of a letdown, but I can let it slide. You already know my thoughts on this episode. If I was making a tier list for the show, this episode would be in its own top tier, and honestly, the next 3 tiers would all be blank. It is a baffling quality spike, especially after the last episode. The jokes are hilarious and hold up great. The bears are some of my favorite characters in the show, even beating out some regulars. The location being in a desert makes everything look extremely distinct. There's no Robotnik statues anywhere, but I can let that go. Go watch this episode if you can. It's on Paramount Plus. It used to be on Pluto, and it might go back someday. Just watch any way you can. And that's it this time. Thank you all for watching. Take care, stay safe, have a good one. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.